The Young Thug RICO trial is a complete mess, as the judge is extremely angry as at the start of trial today, it would be reported someone hacked Young Thug's trial courtroom Zoom feed and yelled, "Free Young Thug, mistrial."
Free Thug, mistrial! Free Thug, mistrial!
Alright, Mr. Stevens, you can take it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and take our comfort break at this point in time. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We're in recess.
Free Thug, mistrial! Free Thug, mistrial!
Once court settled down, it was then Young Thug's lawyer's turn to cross-examine Trontavious Stevens, aka the YSL snitch. At first, Thug's lawyer would expose how Young Thug and Trontavious weren't even friends once Thug started making music.
He separated from Cleveland Avenue because he was working, right?
I don't know what the reason was, but yeah, he went there.
And he was working at the same craft that he does today. He's a performer, right?
Yeah.
And you weren't with him, right?
Yeah.
He didn't put you on the lease, right?
No.
He didn't take you with him, right?
Right.
He didn't pay for you to get out of Cleveland Avenue, right?
Right.
In fact, he didn't do that for anybody there that you grew up with, right?
I know about me.
As next, Young Thug's lawyer would make Trontavious get a little emotional, but also very angry. He basically exposed Trontavious for wanting fast money instead of working a real job.
And he offered you jobs like you can carry bags for the group when they tour, right? Tell the jury.
Yeah.
And he gave you opportunities to try, I'm not saying it's for everybody, but try to perform rap music in the studio, right?
Yes. It was an opportunity for me, man.
But you wanted the instant money like a theft, right?
Yeah. I wasn't trying to do none of that stuff, man.
I can't hear you.
I said I wasn't trying to do none of that stuff.
I don't know what you need. Just explain your answer better.
Yeah, yes, I want instant money, yeah.
And what Jeffrey was offering you is not, he wasn't just going to give you money, but he gave you opportunities to change your life, right?
Most definitely was an opportunity.
I couldn't hear
Yes, it
you.
was an opportunity.
This seemed to make Trontavious a little angry. He has been hesitant to give information on YSL throughout the trial so far. However, right after Young Thug's lawyer pretty much embarrassed him, making him cry on the stand, a report would share Slug was asked to name off the members of YSL.
Which of these defendants in this courtroom right now are members of YSL Young Slime Life? Would you please call them by name?
Quay, Rod, Quay, SB, and yeah.
You said Thug, so you do call Jeffrey Williams Thug?
Yeah.
Okay. And Yak, is that Diamante Kendrick?
Yes.
SB, is that Shannon Stillwell?
Yes.
The two Quavies, is that Marquavius Huey?
Yes.
And Marvius Nichols?
Yes.
Lil Rod, is that Rodelius Ryan?
Yes.
All right.
As it is very obvious that Young Thug's lawyer made him a bit angry, as just last week, he was asked the exact same question to name the members of his street team, but he was very hesitant to do so.
I mean, are you gonna tell them to stop, or is there a certain amount of people you need to name or anything?
Would you please just name some of them?
Just some of them?
Just name some people. All the ones you remember who were members of Rock.
Everyone?
Mr. Stevens. Would you please name the members of Rock Crew who were members while you were a member?
I probably wouldn't even be able to.
Also, when Trontavious was listing off of the names of YSL members in the courtroom, the prosecutor mentioned that Trontavious does actually call Jeffrey Young Thug. This is very important because also just last week, it was mentioned in a report, what do you call Mr. Williams, aka Jeffrey Williams? I call him my brother, as it even got Young Thug to be a little emotional hearing Trontavious say this.
Jeffrey Williams. Is that what you call Mr. Williams? Jeffrey Williams?
That's his name.
I understand. What do you call?
Call him my brother.
What else?
Bruh.
What else?
Old. I don't know. I don't feel like I call him Young Thug. That's for like people don't know him. I call him bruh or my brother. That's how I refer to him. Bruh or my brother.
Ever call him Slime?
I call him bruh or my brother.
As once again, just last week, he didn't even want to give any information on what he calls Young Thug by his name. However, this week, after Thug's lawyer makes him angry, he basically states, yeah, I call him Young Thug. It really seems as if he aggravated Trontavious during the cross-examination by embarrassing him for wanting to take an easy route to money and breaking the law to do so, as Trontavious isn't acting anything like he was last week, such as when he got the prosecutors very angry for his answer to the question, how old were you when you first joined YSL?
What year was it that you recall first being an active or being a member of Rock Crew? You said you were around a certain age. What year was that?
I will rule that objection.
That means you can answer.
I had to be in about 6th grade. So whatever, what you about 11 or 12 in the 6th grade?
Would you tell the jury what year you remember first becoming or being a member of Rock?
I'm trying to count. I'm kind of bad with math. That's why I ain't passed the math part of my GED yet.
Let me ask you a different question while you count.
No, one thing at a time, so.
As it was pretty obvious that he didn't want to give up any information at all last week, and he was also very nervous on the stand to be on the stand snitching to all of the YSL members that he called his brother for the last decade. He was so nervous that the prosecutors even turned his testimony into a math class.
Were you a member in 2010?
If I was in 6th grade, I'm trying to put what year I was in 6th grade.
How old were you in 2010?
I was trying to do my math.
Don't do the math, let me ask you this. What year were you born?
1993.
1993. So, in 2013, was that an age of about 20, do you agree?
2013.
Yep. 93, 2003 is
13.
10, 2013 is 20.
20.
Now, we back up 3 years from 13, that puts us at 2010, which makes you about 17.
You're going too fast.
As Trontavious was doing his absolute best to not snitch on Young Thug at all. However, in the end, this was making the prosecutors really angry at him, as he took a plea deal where it states he has to give information on YSL. So the prosecutors then tried just making him admit that he is in a street team, singling out one of the tattoos located on the back of his neck. A report goes and reads, a my body, my choice moment in the Young Thug trial, as Trontavious Stevens explains why he spelled can't with a K on his tattoo. He says, because it was my body and I wanted to do what I wanted to do with my body.
Why do you have it spelled with a K on the back of your neck?
Because it was my body and I wanted to do what I wanted to do with my body.
And you're entitled.
Right.
Is there any particular reason you chose to change the letter C to a letter K?
I wanted to seem original, so I initially got the initial quote from a movie called Law Abiding Citizens, and that phrase was an important part in the movie. So, and I didn't want people to think that's where I got it from, so I wanted it to seem original, like I thought of it.
However, we all know the real reason he didn't spell the word can't with a C and instead used a K. The prosecutors, however, also knew this, and they were just getting aggravated that he wasn't saying it. So the prosecutors would then ask Trontavious, what does the term snitching even mean?
Mr. Stevens, what does snitching mean to you?
It doesn't mean anything to me, but I'm aware of the term that you, yes, I'm aware.
What is the meaning of the term? What's the definition?
It doesn't mean anything to me, but I'm aware of the term.
How are you aware of the term?
I've heard the term.
How do you understand the term to be used?
I really don't fully understand the term.
Miss Love, this might be a stopping point at this point in time, okay?
As he claims the word snitching doesn't mean anything to him. It's very funny as the next talking point was Trontavious revealing that a gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue is where YSL does all of their selling.
The gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue is a location where YSL associates sell.
Are your initials next to number 13?
Yes.
Did anyone force you to put your initials next to them?
No.
As with Trontavious then finally getting into more serious evidence, Young Thug's lawyers would want to put a stop to it. They started objecting every statement that was made, and it made the judge extremely angry.
This is testified.
I'm objecting at this point.
Hey, Mr. Harvey, we're not going to have any of that. I'll sustain your objection, okay? We're not going to be belligerent to one another. You can rephrase.
Yes,
Just please sit down, okay? I don't need any help from you, okay? All right, and there's no objection on the floor. So, all right?
My objection, Your Honor, to that last series is that the court, I would ask the court to allow the witness.
Please finish the statement. There's nothing else. It's like, if he asks to continue his statement, then fine. But sit down and stop interrupting, Mr. Matthews. Mr. Stevens, are you finished with your last response, or did you finish? Was there anything else you were going to say?
With Trontavious Stevens not fully cooperating and answering the questions truthfully, there is talks of his plea deal being taken away from him. With those arguments rising all over social media, the YSL trial is looking like a complete joke. This has actually made Lil Baby extremely angry. Lil Baby believes that Young Thug is only in this mess because of Gunna. As in Lil Baby's new song 350, he states the lyrics, and I quote, "Ain't never said nothing about it, boy you know that you a rat." This has gone viral on social media. It got the attention of Young Thug's father, who would hop on an interview last week defending Gunna and telling Lil Baby to stay quiet.
How do you feel about Lil Baby throwing at Gunna for his plea deal? For his plea?
He need to shut the fuck up, cause he don't know what's going on. You know, he's going off of what he heard. Ask Lil Baby, have he ever came to a court date?
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I want y'all to ask these damn rappers and these bloggers with this whole snitch shit and this. When have y'all went to a court date to support Slime, to support Jeffrey, to support Thug, however you want to name him? Go on their social media pages and say, why in the haven't you been at the courthouse to support your dude? And I guarantee you won't get an answer.
As according to Young Thug's father, Gunna isn't even the main reason that Young Thug is in the situation he's in.
Courtney said, how do you feel about Gunna?
I love Gunna.
See, that's the thing. People don't understand the relationship. They got this thing saying that Gunna is a rat and he's done this and done that.
But see, let me try to help the attorney clarify that a little simpler.
Okay.
Gunna hasn't done anything whatsoever that can hurt us on this case. Period.
As according to Young Thug's father, when Gunna's snitching video was leaked, it apparently has nothing to do with Young Thug, and all of the things he snitched on doesn't affect Young Thug in any way. However, you comment down below if this sounds like snitching to you.
You agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became a affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocarbons and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL to the detriment of my community. YSL again. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.